We held very useful and substantive negotiations with my colleague and friend, Nasser Bourita, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, African Cooperation, and Moroccan expatriates of the Kingdom of Morocco. We reaffirmed our commitment to continue joint efforts to further strengthen the traditional friendship, mutual trust, and strategic partnership between our countries. We discussed in detail the current issues on our bilateral agenda. We also touched upon trade and economic exchanges. Both sides share an interest in increasing the volume of trade and turnover. We agreed that the potential for practical cooperation in these areas remains far from exhausted. We expressed satisfaction with the high level of cooperation in several other fields, especially humanitarian cooperation, notably education. At present, 4,250 Moroccan students are studying in Russia, and there is a growing interest in obtaining education in our country. We will continue to fully support this trend. We agreed that strengthening our cooperation and coordination will contribute to the implementation of the Memorandum of Understanding on establishing a joint working committee. This initiative aims to deepen the strategic partnership between the Russian Federation and the Kingdom of Morocco. We exchanged assessments of current international issues, focusing on the situation in the Middle East, North Africa, and the Sahara-Sahel region. We also discussed the situation surrounding the Western Sahara issue in the context of ongoing deliberations at the United Nations Security Council. We reaffirmed our principled stance that all conflicts and problems on the African continent, and elsewhere in the world, must be resolved exclusively through diplomatic and political means, based on the fundamental principles and norms of international law as enshrined in the UN Charter. We share the view that these principles must not be applied selectively, like items chosen from a menu, but rather upheld in their entirety and interrelation. A ceasefire in Gaza must, of course, be sustained to ensure the delivery of humanitarian aid and to enable large-scale reconstruction of the Palestinian enclave, which has been almost completely destroyed during the hostilities. Otherwise, all efforts to create conditions for the return of internally displaced persons and refugees will not succeed. We expressed our appreciation to our Moroccan colleagues for their balanced position on the situation in and around Ukraine. In Rabat, as in most other capitals of the Global South and Global East, there is a clear understanding that a stable settlement is impossible without addressing the root causes of the crisis. Above all, we refer to the security threats posed to Russia, which NATO has been creating for many years by bringing its military infrastructure closer to our borders and by using Ukraine as a bridgehead to pose direct threats to our country. We are speaking about the NATO bloc, a partner of the Kingdom of Morocco, and an important actor in the international arena, both as a permanent member of global institutions and as an influential participant in international affairs. Therefore, the dialogue between Morocco and Russia is a positive one. It is not directed against anyone. It aims to strengthen peace and stability in both our regions, in the Arab world and in Africa. Russia currently chairs the UN Security Council for the month of April and will be addressing this issue. We agree that solutions must be in accordance with international law and fundamental principles. However, we also agree that these principles should not be exploited or interpreted in ways that hinder progress toward lasting solutions. The Western Sahara conflict has lasted for 50 years, and it is now time to consider the dynamics at play on the international stage, the transformations initiated by His Majesty King Mohammed VI and the changes experienced by many nations. Russia, of course, plays a key role in this regard, as a member of the Group of Friends of Western Sahara, as a permanent member of the UN Security Council, and as its current president. Both Morocco and Russia believe in a multilateral world and in the role of the United Nations. But we believe in a multilateral system that is effective, just, and responsive to ongoing international developments.